Hi, so welcome to day 5, I believe. It'll be correct on the video, but I've been taking a little bit of a break, kind of interspersed the last few days because it's been raining here in California and I'm just not very motivated to work out, but we are not falling off the bandwagon. So today it's nighttime, so I'm just gonna do some exercises to try to help improve my pop-up and just get myself to practice some of the things in the water that I know I'm really struggling with, and they're not very easy to practice in the water because I have to practice them on a wave, and wave time is very minimal compared to the amount of paddling I'm usually doing, so I in all only have like a couple minutes to actually practice some of these things, and it's also very wave dependent. So with all that said, we're going to try a few exercises that I've seen around or just noticed really help me to just get into the habits of, good turning, good popping up, making sure I'm looking down the wave and paddling into it, making sure I'm fully in it before I pop up, and then making my pop-up explosive. That is something I've been really struggling with lately. I've been getting kind of sketched out with some of the bigger waves that have been coming through here in California, and so my pop-up ends up getting kind of laggy, which actually usually ends up making me fall off the wave instead of being able to pop up quickly and ride the wave out. So we're going to practice some of these things, and I hope they help you too to practice some at home so that you can surf better in the waves. Let's get into it. So the first one we're going to do, it's going to be with a small towel or washcloth, and we're going to be putting it underneath our feet and either doing the plank position, going in and out, putting your legs in between your arms, and you can rotate left and right and in the middle. And this is really good for building up abs and leg strength and just getting used to the motion, creating space between your chest and the board, or in this case, the floor. I noticed for me when I was first learning how to surf, this was a really big problem for me, was trying to make sure I could create that space between my chest and the board. And it was really hard for me to get my legs up to my basically my chest and my hands when I was trying to pop up on the board. Also, it is best to wear socks when you're trying to do this because it'll make your feet slide better. The next one we're going to do is just practicing your standard pop-up. Try to pretend you're paddling for a wave. Put your hands on either side of basically your armpits. I've noticed the further down I am, the more leverage I have to create that space between my chest and the floor, and I'm able to push off with more strength than if they're like up by my shoulders or where my head is. You want to have them far back, and then you can try to pull yourself forward and use that momentum to get to your feet. If you're not able to do that, then you can practice going to your knees and trying to ride the wave that way and then standing up. It's not a recommended technique for the long term, but if you're struggling with mobility, it's a good middle ground for surfing and just getting some wave time on the waves and creating a more fun experience for you, so you're not just stuck in the whitewash not catching any waves. Where I surf is a really fast break, and so I have to try to keep up with the waves a lot more than a reef break, and so it's really important to try to utilize as much of the wave as possible and turn on it. So I've been really trying to work on this as I'm practicing my pop-up. So these are just a few ways that I like to try to practice at home, and I haven't been very consistent about doing it, but I noticed between practicing these and skateboarding, that transfers a lot over into surfing and really helps my surfing get a lot better. So I'd highly recommend adding these to your daily or a couple times a week routine, because it really helps you get that muscle memory for when you're in the water and surfing, and I know it's been really helping me out a lot. I hope you enjoyed this short little video. We'll continue with this workout series And I have to say, it's been hard for me to keep up with it. But if you're joining me, or if you feel inspired to join me, that would be great, because despite the fact that it's hard for me to keep up with it, I've definitely noticed a difference in my surfing with trying to keep up some of this strength and muscle memory and building skills on land that directly transfer into my surfing in the water. So it is definitely worth it to try to keep up with some of this on land when you're not surfing. So anyways, I hope you've been enjoying this series, and I'll see you in the next video.